ChessNoteR 2.3.0. This is the new version of ChessNoteR, and I'll be going through all the different settings and changes that has been made to ChessNoteR. Both features and functionality is exactly the same from the N6, which is the smaller unit, and the N9, which is our larger tablet. Essentially in here, to get started, you just open up ChessNoteR. And then in here, essentially you can just hit the settings button and go down, hit the menu button and then go down to settings. And then under settings, one of the new settings that has been added is a dark mode. So if you click on that, it'll basically turn on the dark mode for ChessNoteR. So in here, ChessNoteR will have a dark presence. So in here you can see the difference between the white mode and the dark mode next to each other. So the next setting that we have in here that I'd like to go over is under board settings. In here, there's an option to turn on the max piece size. So in here, we can see our chess piece sizes. If you turn on the max size, it'll actually make the pieces larger to fill up the whole square. So this is a lot better for people that have poor eyesight that needs to be able to see the pieces a little better. So I'll show you what it looks like on this side. So let me just turn on the dark mode in here. Board settings, and then basically the piece size is larger here, so you can see. So there it is off, and there it is on. So again, it's really nice to add that ability. The next setting that I'll be going over that was added in the ChessNoteR settings is if we go to review game. In here on the review game, it's actually filling up more of the screen with the chessboard, and there's also more room in the bottom, which has been expanded, so you can have more notation and also basically the estimated game time in here. If you don't use the estimated game time, you can actually increase the font so it actually fills in really well. So if we go to our settings again, just to give you an example on this, and then go to our board settings. And then in here, if we press the text option, you have to scroll down to see the text option so you can see it down here. You can just hit the plus button to increase that font size, so you can get it much larger so you can see the notation easier. So if we go back and go to our review games and then pull up the review game, let's see, I don't think there was any moves on that one. This one. In here you can see the moves are much larger, and we can see how nice those are to be able to see, especially if you have bad eyesight. You can increase that font size so you can see those a lot better, because again, there's more room down here as the menus have been shrunken a little bit to keep more data in here. The next thing that was added in ChessNoteR 2.3.0 is in the help file. If you go down to the menu and then go to help, under the help section, there's a little bar that sticks out here, and this is helpful. So if you come in here and you want to get to a specific page, so let's say that we wanted to check out adding an opponent manually, you can see it's on page 42. Well, the hard thing is you'd have to scroll down to the page. So instead, you can, if you press on the manual, it'll pull up that little menu. You can press on that menu and you can scroll down, so we can get all the way down to page 42 very easily. So now we can get down to page 42 and we can see here's the opponent's menu, which is adding the opponent manually. So right here on page 42, adding that opponent manually. So those are the new features that have been added in ChessNoteR. Again, helping the board fill out the whole screen, so we can see the difference here. So let me just pull up a review game real fast. So in here you can see it's from edge to edge. So in here, while it may not look like it's going from edge to edge on the Nexus 9, because there's still some black area around the board, it's actually been increased to as large as it can with the whole setting in here. So this is, the board's actually increased from version 2.2.0 or 2.2.2 to version 2.3.0. So again, the squares have gotten as large as they can, and again, you can do the increasing of the pieces so you can see the pieces a little easier. So these are the big changes in ChessNoteR 2.3.0, and I really hope you enjoy them. And thank you for staying a valued customer of ChessNoteR, and we'll keep on keeping on.